Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. I'm speaking with American Manganese President and CEO Larry Reaugh. Larry, I hear you're off to New Orleans.
That's right. New Orleans. I've been there to shows before, and I find it one of the better shows. So I'm looking forward to this one. It starts on the November the 1st and runs through till the 4th, and so we will be representing the company at a booth there, and we expect that we should be able to attract some investors. It's one of the spots that I got some of my biggest buying out of. Actually, it was a couple decades ago, but you never know. You never know going into these things. But we have a booth, number 229, and we're looking forward to meeting some new shareholders, perhaps existing shareholders. And it's a rough market. Sometimes you wonder if you'd had a little more foresight, which nobody does in these cases. You probably wouldn't have signed up for a show in the middle of a huge market correction. But it's done, so we got to go. We have to still discuss our company and explain our recycling opportunity. Well, that's where we're off to, and so another weekend burned, but hopefully it'll be fruitful. Now, there's other things that are happening out there. I saw some statistics where in the last 7 years there were 4 million EV cars, or actually, let's talk about the batteries, lithium-ion batteries, that went into cars, and they expect that in the next 6 months there will be 1 million. So that's how fast it's growing. Now, if people remember some of the things that we talked about, we showed the value of 100,000 lithium-ion car batteries. And the batteries were Formula 811, which is low in cobalt. But those 100,000 batteries still had a value of $340 million. I'm sorry, that was 111. And so it really begins to show up the opportunity that's here. We're talking about 100,000 batteries worth $340 million. As far as we know, nobody has a cradle-to-grave solution aside from us. And, it's a real opportunity for our shareholders, and sooner or later, people will realize that there is a real value in recycling these cars, not just a social conscience value, but environmental value, but a real monetary value in recycling cars, or recycling batteries. So I just want to remind people of that. I don't want to go too deeply into what the market's been doing. The markets will do what the markets do, but this is certainly an October that is quite nerve-rattling. We see a lot of down days, and we see an odd up day, and like yesterday was an up day. I think all the other days this week have been down. So, these are things that people want. It makes people nervous. And but the reason I talk about the rapid growth in EV cars is that we're in a growth industry, and they're here to stay. They've reached a certain momentum that they're only going to increase, and the opportunities to recycle those batteries are increasing along with it. So, if you're looking for something that in the long term is probably go against the market, it's a company like this, like Amy, because we're, like I say, we're in a growth industry, and they can only see more and more batteries coming free, more and more batteries that have to be recycled. So the New Orleans conference is big on our list this week. I bring up the amount of cars that are being produced, and of course we saw that Tesla made their first huge profit, and that's a standalone electric vehicle company. So that one should be followed closely. It's a real breakthrough, and thank Elon Musk and Tesla for that. So it's finally you're getting a independent company out there that doesn't have a backup of fossil fuel cars out to boost up the existing profit and loss statement, and they're on their own. They live or die by EV cars, and they've done very well. And I expect to see increased and better results in the future. So there was because of the market, it's not a market where we can really talk about things. We just say that we are on track with our getting our pilot plant up. And, there's a couple of things that are on back order. I mentioned before that there's a lot of research went into how to actually dismantle the scrap material. And that's patentable. And, we've had to incorporate that into the design of the pilot plant, and which meant that we had to have new parts fabricated. So other than that, I wish everybody a great weekend, and we're off next on the 1st of November. We're off to New Orleans.
Larry, can you give us a little thumbnail sketch of the company?
Okay, the company is a critical metals company. We started out with manganese. We patented a breakthrough technology on processing very low-grade materials of manganese at comparative prices to the cost of China, of processing, metals that were 10 to 20 times higher in value. And we've taken that process and we've adapted it to our patent-pending process for recycling batteries. And we're getting close. So, it's something that people should watch for. We're traded on the Toronto Venture Exchange, and under the symbol AMY. We're traded in the U.S. under the symbol AMYZF. We're traded in Frankfurt, Germany under the symbol 2AM. We can be reached, or you can read all about us and catch up on all the news. We have a very sophisticated website called AmericanManganeseInc.com. You can phone me at 778-574-4444, or you can email me at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com.
Larry, thank you so much for the update.
You're welcome.
We've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, President and CEO of American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard. Our conversation took place on October 26th.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.